35. Trade, Remotely Piloted Aircraft, Drone Pilot, ITI Standard Code, 611 Unit I, Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA, Safety Regulations and Guidelines, 15 questions, Safety signs, Personal protective equipments, Fire extinguishers and types, Safety rules while flying a RPA, DGCA Safety Regulations, Do's and Don'ts, Airspace, Traffic patterns, Safety altitude, Radio telephony, Air traffic control, Specific flight planning procedure, Importance of weather and meteorology in RPA flight, Med-terminal aviation routine weather report, METAR. Unit 2. Types of remotely piloted aircraft, Fundamentals of flight and airframes, 20 questions, Types of remotely piloted aircraft, RPA, Basic components, Fundamentals of flight aerodynamics, Basic principles of flying, 3 axes of flight, airframe, Newton's law of motions, 4 forces of flight, current, future uses of RPAs. Unit 3. Parts of remotely piloted aircraft, 30 questions, Components in remotely piloted aircraft, RPA, Assembling and disassembling procedure of RPA, multi-rotor design, configurations, airframe size and construction materials, selection and design of propeller, fixed pitch and variable pitch, airfoil design, electricity fundamentals, calculation of motor rating for load capabilities, batteries and connectors, LiPo battery characteristics, charging and discharging of batteries, cell balancing, brushed versus brushless motor, KV rating, role on flight controller and electronic speed controller, calibration procedures, GPS applications in RPA flying, radio control system, sense and avoid technology, open source and closed source of programming controllers, transmitters and receivers. Unit IV. Weather effects and analyze the performance of RPA. 25 questions, performance factors of RPA, measurement system and sensor, measurement of atmosphere pressure, effects of obstructions on wind speed and directions, measurements of temperature and humidity, different types of sensors used in RPA. Unit V. Ground control stations, GCS, 25 questions. GCS telemetry, GCS features and flight plans, flight mode of operations, GUI parameters, 3D mapping and modeling, first-person view, FPV, of flying, RPA data, UAV trajectory, waypoints and flight plan, data mapping and navigations. Unit V. Basic inspection and assembling of RPA, 20 questions, inspection procedures and types, checklist before piloting a RPA, landing gears, propellers, antennas, safety precautions, pre-flight checks, arming and disarming, importance of cleaning the RPA, storage, maintenance, resources and standards. Page 146 of 209. Unit 7. Basic training procedures to flying RPA in flight simulator, 20 questions. Basic operating features of RPA flight simulator. Different types of aircrafts, RPAs and aerodromes, demo flights in RPA flight simulator with pre-flight checks. Startup, takeoff RPAs, safe landing procedures, photogrammetry for stitching and analysis of RPA pictures. Practical flying with and without instructor in RPA simulators. Flying operations from pre-flight checks to after-flight checks while flying RPA with instructor and solo flying. Fail-safe mechanism. Unit 8. Training to flying RPA in controlled environment. 15 questions, first-person view, FPV, of flying. Requirements of flying RPA in controlled environment. Basic flight modes of RPA, control and safety precautions of RPA. Flying RPA in different patterns, GPS failsafe, radio failsafe, battery failsafe, autopilot system, camera options and resolutions, payloads and its calculations, different types of payloads used in RPA's. Unit X. Training to flying RPA in uncontrolled environment including VLOS and BVLOS flight. 15 questions, visual line of sight, VLOS. Beyond visual line of sight, BVLOS, safety practices for VLOS and BVLOS. Communication system between UAV and GCS, autonomous waypoint navigation, video-based navigation, UAV location, camera view, polygon, waypoints and flight plan, specific applications of RPA. Unit X. Emergency protocols to control and manage RPA flight. 15 questions, flying rules in manual, semi-autonomous flight mode, Aircraft structural failure. Safety risks guidelines to fly RPA. UAV regulations in India. Emergency identification and handling in flight emergencies. Loss of link. Fly away. Loss of power. Control surface failure.